up, nerds? My name is Leslie Smith. Welcome back to the Nerdy Narrative. Today we are going to talk about all of the books I'm hoping to read during the month of June. Let's start with one I've already gotten a bit of a head start on. These books, not only are they chunkers, but they're also getting a little more complex, a little more involved in all of the different plot lines that are going on. And since I'm part of a read-along that has a live show on the last Saturday of each month, I wanted to go ahead and take the opportunity to get a Headball Kid because I have so much going on for the rest of the year. Starting with, let's just go ahead and talk about it. One of those is SPFBO, the self-published fantasy blog-off competition that's run by author Mark Lawrence. The month of June, I plan on reading 3 SPFBO books. One I already had accepted for review and scheduled for this month, which is The Sword of Mercy and Wrath by N.C. Kusis. I have to show y'all this beautiful cover. It is, and probably by the time this video goes up, it was one that was chosen by its team for the cover contest. It's just absolutely beautiful. This is one of the 3 that I have planned this month. The other 2 are part of my personal allotment of books that I'll be judging. I am on Team Bookworm again this year. The 2 that I want to get to this month are Edgar and the Flyboys by Louise Gourdet and Deathbringer by Blake Carpenter. If you would like to hear more about the SPFBO books in particular that I'm going to be reading for the competition, I did have a video go up earlier that I'll have linked in the cards above that you can check it out for more info on all 6 of the books I'll be judging for the competition. Moving on, I will also be reading the second book in T.R. Sloth's Legends of Lightning series. This one is called Redemption. Book 1 left off at a very interesting part of Esther's journey, so I'm looking forward into returning to her story and see where this leg of the journey is going to take us. My patron pick of the month is the Prox Transmissions. This was chosen for me to read for the month of June by my patron Amanda. She's also the one who gifted me this autograph book. This was written by the band Starset, and she actually got all of the band members to sign this copy for me. I am so excited. This is their science fiction novel, the first one. I believe there's plans for a second. And what's cool about it is the videos for their album that came after this kind of continue the story. So once I read the book, I'm gonna go watch all of the videos for that album. That's gonna be such a cool aspect because I've listened to it, but I haven't watched any of the videos because I just listened to it in the car. Let's see. I'll also be continuing the Dresden Files reread with book 6, Blood Rights. Oh my goodness, I can't wait because I know what's coming up in the next one, which is Changes. It's absolutely one of my most favorite plot lines in this entire series, and I've just been having the best time rereading the series. And then I also have Cherry Blossom here by Wilbur Seymour. I've been trying to get this one read the last couple of months. It just hasn't worked out yet because of commitment reads. This is one I added because once I read the first book, I was like, okay, I gotta read the whole series. So I'm hoping like crazy I can finally get Cherry Blossom read so I can review that one, just see how that series is progressing because I'm just dying to know. One of my patrons has started reading the series. She really loved the first one. She may have read the second one by now. I'll have to check with her on that. We might be on the same book together, which would be fun. I also accepted the e-arc for the novella. It's one I've actually already pre-ordered. I read her novella Ling Hyun recently and reviewed it. Ai Jiang has a new one coming out called I Am AI. I love this cover. I'm really excited to read this one. The first thing I read by her was horror. This one is science fiction. I am excited. I love when an author has more in their wheelhouse besides one genre, or when they decide to step out and try another genre. I can't wait to see how this one's going to come out. Is it going to be sci-fi with some horror elements leaking through? I'm excited either way. I really love the writing style. I love the character development, explorations of different themes. Like in Ling Hyun, we had grief, we had mental health, we just had seclusion. It was just a wonderful novella, and I'm excited to read more by this author. Another arc that I'm going to be reading and reviewing this month is Darcy Coats' Dead of Winter. I have heard so much about Darcy Coats. I've never read anything by them, but I wanted to, and so when I was on NetGalley browsing around and I saw this one was available to request, I requested it immediately. I was approved. I'm excited to finally read something by this author and just see if there they're one for me or not. So Dead of Winter is next on the list. A new release that I'm going to be reading this month is S.A. Cosby's All the Sinners Bleed. I tried my darndest to get my hands on an ARC or win one from one of the many giveaways that I saw. I was unsuccessful, which is fine. S.A. Cosby always writes books that promotes such great discussions, education, and it's always wrapped up in beautiful writing, compelling characters. I can't wait to read this one. Again, I know nothing about it. I don't care. It's S.A. Cosby. I'm going to read it. Another book that has been on my TBR for many months now that I just have not been able to sneak in yet is No Port in a Storm by Cal Black. This is the second book in the series. The first one was one that I read last year and loved. It was part of SPFBO. It was a Western Gaslamp fantasy. It made me a huge fan of that fantasy subgenre, but the first book was called No Land for Heroes. I'll link my written review for that one down below. If you're someone who loves fantasy, if you're someone who loves Western, and you want to see how the two work together, this is a great starting place, in my humble opinion. I have heard from many of my friends that have read both books. They said this book was even better. One of them even said it was their book of the year so far for this year. So I am so excited to read this one. I know I'm going to love it. I know I'm going to love it. So fingers crossed this one gets read this month. And then the final book on this TBR that I'm hoping to get my hands on this month. I had a place saved for it last month, but it wasn't ready yet. It's the second book in Maximilian Lopez's series. The first book was called Dreams That Bind Us. The second book is called The Demons That Save Us, and I just cannot wait to get back with these characters. Am I going to get all of the same characters? Am I going to meet any new characters? The Dreams That Bind Us was such a delightful science fiction novel. What if when you dream, you're actually going to another parallel universe? Just love that idea. I really loved the characters. There was a lot of really great humor and banter. I can't wait to get back in with these characters. I have so many books that I'm excited to read this month. I can't wait to get started. I can't wait to share with all of you my thoughts and opinions in case I find something that might interest you. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll catch you in the next one.